told in schools. But like, you know, I'm going to ask if you're willing to share the story about your sister, because you know, that's such a prime example of, like, from such a young age, this is how I'm looked at by the rest of the world, so here's how I have to operate. And I think that's like a perfect example of what school to prison pipeline, like, not saying your sister's on that pipeline, but
it could have been. I mean,
it could have been.
My sister is 13 right now. She's very challenging, but I love her. And when she was in second grade, she brought a bag of vitamin C to school, and it was not like the vitamin C that's like a pill, or it's not like the crunchy ones. It was like the chewy ones that were covered in sugar and all that. And so she thought it was candy, and she brought it to school. She put it in a Ziploc bag, and she started like handing them out to her friends and just like giving everyone vitamin C. And apparently, like, one of the teachers thought it was a problem, told the principal that she was handing out like medication on school campuses. The principal then called LAPD on her. And in second grade, how old would she have been? Maybe 7 or 6. So LAPD came, and they put her in handcuffs. And if my mom didn't come in time, my sister would have been taken down to the station, and she would have been them. And then that whole cycle of the school to prison pipeline, like, she would have been a part of that, right? And even now, I think she struggles with the effect of that situation, but also other situations where folks have called the police on her for just acting different. You know, she's like very, how do I say it? Like, free-spirited. And she doesn't learn the way I think a lot of people want children to learn, like at a desk, like very quiet. And she was always told that she was like bad for being that way. And so I think now she's living with the effects of, you know, internalizing that. But there's folks who have been put in the system, and there's folks who've like literally gone to jail like this. This is not like an isolated incident. This is just like one story of a whole entire that like perpetuates this. So yeah.
And with your organization, with LA Students Deserve, what kind of actions do you partake in? What I find so fascinating is that, you know, a big conversation right now is like November is so important, and primary elections are so important. But what is so inspiring about you, when I witness you get up there and speak, you know, at if you're in LA and you're watching this, Tandy oftentimes speaks at the Jack Lacey Must Go rally. I'm just ensuring that you speak next week.
I won't even show up now.
You better. But I'm inspired by you, because you're young, and you're a reminder that, like, if this kind of behavior starts at your age, and even earlier, because you were like 8 when you started organizing and started being a part of Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, something like that.
If that kind of behavior is what's being taught and what's being inspired and asked of the youth, then by the time we're all ready to vote, there's a different kind of cognizance towards it. There's a different kind of awareness of the world and what's going on. So that being said, what kind of actions does LA Students Deserve take part in terms of preventing the school to prison pipeline and defunding the police within school systems as well?
Yeah, so LA Students Deserve, we've been around for a couple years. We've previously been more like reform-ish. because we didn't expect our school board. We didn't feel like we could much of them. Um, we felt like we just gotta go more moderate, I guess, because we didn't think that they would like listen to our demands. In the beginning, most of our actions were the random search policy. Like, I don't know if you know what that is, but it was like, you do? Okay. Well,
yeah, but I mean,
don't know.
you should explain it so that everyone can can be aware of what it is.
Okay. So this what was it? The random search policy. It was an LASD policy. And basically it allowed administrators, teachers, police officers, school police officers, security, whatever, to come to class randomly select students to go through their things, go through their backpacks, confiscate items, and whatever, right? And so the goal was for it to be a random search. It was supposed to be, randomly, let's check kids and make sure that they don't have guns or drugs or whatever. But we know that because these biases exist, these are like real things in the world, that people often view Black, brown, and Muslim kids as just more threatening or just more likely to, I don't know, like hold contraband or whatever. So oftentimes we had like data that was gathered, and we found that Black, brown, and Muslim students were being targeted at disproportionate rates within LAUSD. And so we're like, fuck that. And pretty much we started organizing. We started going to school board meetings, started showing up. And we had been fighting for years and years, and that was like the majority of what our actions were. And then